FlashPanel is a tool specifically designed for Google Apps administrators to help manage, automate, simplify tasks, and secure your domain. FlashPanel is built specifically for the Google Apps platform. All super admins and end users must log in with their Google Apps credentials. When you first log into FlashPanel, you are taken to your dashboard. Your unique overview of your domain provides information about your directory. This includes information like drive quota usage and email quota usage, as well as active, suspended, and unused licenses on your domain. In the Tool Spotlight, you can see new tools that we've added to the application recently. In the Tool Belt, you can view shortcuts to many of the most popular actions admins take using FlashPanel. For the first time as an admin, you now have the ability to see an entire overview of your domain's drive. In the Assets section, you have a clear picture of the history of your drive, as well as a current status of your doc types. You can click anywhere to learn more. Here's a link to Google Guru, an informational website dedicated to Google Apps. Anytime a new feature is released in Google Apps, Google Guru has an updated video explaining exactly what the change was and how it can be used. These videos are designed to be viewed by both admins and end users to help them stay up to date with Google Apps. You can view by the latest videos, popular, videos by level, and by topic. Back in FlashPanel, on the top right, you can view the navigation bar. You can view who you're signed in as, and by default, only super administrators of your Google Apps domain will be able to access FlashPanel in this view. All other users can log into FlashPanel as an end user. For those end users that you'd like to delegate access to, you can create access controls here. Let's take a look at the end user view. As an end user, one can view the company directory, the employees, groups, and company contacts. In addition, the user can self-edit their profile if the administrator allows it. The administrator gets to control which fields are able to be edited. Let's move back to the administrator mode. The directory is comprised of users, groups, organizational units, and shared contacts. Here you can see all of the users on your domain and subdomains. If you have licenses available, you can create new user accounts here. You can view users by name, department, OU, docs quota, and status. You can also filter by those same attributes. If you like, you can export this spreadsheet to your Google Spreadsheets. Let's click on a particular user. Here we can see Marcus's picture, title, email address, and docs and email space consumed, as well as his groups. We can quickly view the group he's in, or do a quick removal of any group as well. By clicking on the gear icon, you can take a lot of important actions. Edit the contact info, nicknames, update organizational unit, reset password, suspend or remove a user. On the right, you can enable or disable multiple tools for each user, such as email monitoring, delegation, mobile contact sync, and email signatures. All of these are addressed in the Tools section above here. Now to groups. You can also filter by domain, as well as name or email. To view a particular group, click into it. In the Group Summary view, you can view the name of the group, number of users, nested groups, as well as group owners. You can also add or remove members easily from here. You can easily add all members in your domain, or a particular user, group, or OU. You can even add external domains here. It's also possible to manage your organizational units from FlashPanel. Lastly, we have shared contacts. FlashPanel provides a solution for managing the shared contacts in your domain. You can filter by name and company, as well as filter by tag. Tags are a way for you to manage your shared contacts within FlashPanel. You can create shared contacts three ways: manually, from a spreadsheet, or from personal contacts. Here you can manage all of your tags. To filter by tag, you can click on one or filter by tag here. So here you can view all of the shared tags for marketing. The Assets view gives you a full picture of your domain's drive. For the first time ever, you now have the ability to see your entire drive, and you can view docs, sharing policies, and doc type. You can search your own drive with up to 3 filters, such as user, organizational unit, doc title, who it's shared with, and exposure. Here, if you wanted to see all of the public docs shared on your domain, you can click Select Exposure, All Public Docs, and you can view them here. You can add a secondary filter to see if it's owned by a particular user. So here we can see David has shared out 4 docs publicly. We can view the title, the owner, the size if it's not a Google Doc, number of people it's shared with, when it was last updated, and the status. We can click on one or all and edit the permissions. We can change the owner, add a collaborator, or remove a collaborator. Let's click into a particular doc. Here we have the ability to view all the doc sharing settings from the last scan as well as the live sharing settings. You can change the access just as you would within the doc itself, as well as change the owner or even add collaborators. As the administrator, you have the ability to edit or preview the spreadsheet. When you return, keep in mind that you've been added as a collaborator, so you can remove yourself by hitting the red X. To keep a record of all changes made within FlashPanel, we've provided an audit history for each doc edited in FlashPanel. FlashPanel goes above and beyond what's possible in the Google Control Panel to provide you with some great tools. Email signatures gives you the ability to create a signature for a specific user, group, OU, or entire domain. You can create a new signature and enter in the fields you'd like to be filled in by the information in the FlashPanel directory. You can easily add a company logo as well. Enter in the URL, and you can change the width and size here. Now you can add users, groups, OUs, or the entire domain. Before we apply, let's create a schedule. We can actually set this to go on a daily basis and override any changes that your own users make in their Gmail settings. Next, we'll take a look at deprovision user. Select a user that you'd like to begin the deprovisioning process, and the deprovision user guides you through the best practices for deprovisioning a user. You can hide the user in the directory, reset password, manage inbound mail, transfer ownership of docs and groups, complete your own personal checklist, archive the account, finally suspend the user, and decide if you'd like to finish and confirm delete the user or set a reminder for a date later than today. If you'd like to come back later, you can always save and exit and finish it at another time. Next, we'll take a look at the Apps Butler. Once you invite your users, the Apps Butler is a multifunctional tool that allows you to perform lookups on users, groups, OUs, and shared contacts, as well as broadcast messages to your entire organization. So we can look up a particular user, and the information will be displayed here. All of these functions can be performed within the application itself or from your Google Talk or chat client. To search for a shared contact, type in /contact and the name of the contact you're looking for. Here you can see the results with email address, work phone, mobile phone, and title. You can configure those settings here. If you feel that Gmail is missing the ability to monitor user email, FlashPanel has provided a solution. Email Audit Monitors allows you to set up pairings so that the monitor will receive exact copies of emails from another as a .txt file. To create a monitor, add someone that will be monitoring the inbox of the other, and add the pairing. You can decide if you want to receive incoming, outgoing, email drafts, or chats, as well as a monitor date range. You can also set up email delegates for your users on your domain. Add a pairing, and you'll be able to access the inbox of that user. Lastly, Mobile Contact Sync. Mobile Contact Sync is a one-way sync of users and shared contacts to a user's account. It automatically creates 2 folders within Google Contacts that are automatically placed in My Contacts. If a user has Google Sync enabled or is using an Android device, any updates made in FlashPanel to shared contacts or the directory will be automatically updated to your mobile device. At the top, you can access FlashPanel settings. If you would like to delegate roles and responsibility to end users to have more access to FlashPanel, you can give them access control here. For example, you can give your VP of Marketing the ability to manage email signatures for the company, or your help desk the ability to reset passwords or deprovision users. You can sync your domain with Google Apps. Any changes made in the Google Control Panel will not appear in FlashPanel until you've synced your domain. However, any changes made in FlashPanel will appear instantly in the Control Panel. Here you can run a scan of your drive or set one up on a schedule. The same goes for Asset Scan. And finally, you can set up end user settings for what fields users can self-edit or even turn off self-edit completely. Click on the top link to gain support for FlashPanel. Here you can browse our ever-growing knowledge base with help articles. You could also contribute to our community forums by asking or answering questions posed by fellow Google Apps admins, as well as submit a feature request. For a more in-depth look at FlashPanel, be sure to join us for one of our weekly webinars listed here. They're held weekly at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions or would like to learn more, please visit flashpanel.com.